going on, guys? Welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we're going to be doing another run, the April 1st version of the baseball trivia speed gauntlet challenge. The Batter Up app, Swingle 2, and Immaculate Grid. We're going to put a 5-minute timer on the clock for the Immaculate Grid, 5-minute timer on the clock for Swingle 2. Then we're going to jump into the Batter Up app and guess who the player is in as few of guesses as we can try to do. As you've seen in our previous ones, we got a couple on the first try, got a couple after a couple guesses. So we're going to run through it. We're going to speed through it, see how quickly we can do it. Hopefully you guys enjoy the video. Without further ado, Immaculate Grid today, 365, 5-minute timer. Let's close this out. 5-minute timer on the clock, and away we go. All right. Baltimore, Cleveland, LA All-Star, Blue Jays, and my San Diego Padres. So right now we're going to do Padres, All-Stars, Everth Cabrera. Padres is my specialty. You can see it behind me. I just happen to know Everth Cabrera made the All-Star team. That is what it is. Padres and Dodgers, there's a lot of options here. I'm going to do one that is more recent. Daniel Hudson pitched for both the Padres and the Dodgers. And then Padres and Cleveland. The Padres and Cleveland make trades more than anybody. There's a lot of guys I can think of. Josh Naylor. Well, I was going to say Emmanuel Clase. He never pitched for the big league team, but he was property of the Padres at one point. I think Josh Naylor is a pretty good one. Actually, you know what? No, I'm going to go with my boy Kevin Kuzminoff here. So Kevin Kuzminoff, 0.5%. So we are almost under 1%, and we've got a whole row complete. It's just not a bad start there. Cleveland and Toronto. Toronto and the Dodgers. Toronto and the Dodgers. I think I'm going to go with Mitch White. 2%. Blue Jays All-Star. You could go with, I think, a lot of different answers here. Josh Donaldson, Jose Bautista. Let's do Jose Bautista. I like Jose Bautista. 7%. Not bad. Orioles All-Star. Give me Cedric, baby. I love Cedric. 3%. Cedric Mullins started the All-Star game. Don't forget that. Orioles and Dodgers. And then Orioles, Cleveland. So let's finish off this Blue Jays row real quick. Blue Jays and Cleveland Guardians. Let's think about some of the guys. Blue Jays. Oh, I got a good one here. Anthony Gose. Anthony Gose. 0.5%. Don't ask how I know some of these guys. I just do. I don't know what else to say. Anthony Gose was a guy who came up as a Blue Jays outfielder. Was acquired by Cleveland, turned into a pitcher because he throws 100. Here we are. All right, 2 left here in the Baltimore category, Baltimore row. Baltimore and the Dodgers. Do feel like there's definitely, I mean, of course there's some carryover. Let's go with our boy Manny. That's an easy answer, but we're not going for a ton of low answers considering the rest of the board is super low. And then Cleveland and Baltimore. Cleveland and Baltimore. Let's see. Go through some guys here in the Cleveland team. I just think about like the most prominent teams of that organization, performers. So in the case of the Orioles, I'm like Adam Jones and Chris Davis and JJ Hardy, and it's like my golden age of watching the Orioles in that like late 2000s into the early 2010s. Anyways, I digress. Orioles and Cleveland. Same thing with Cleveland here. This one's kind of stumping me a little bit. We got a minute left, so no pressure, no panic. Baltimore and Cleveland. I do feel like there's definitely some carryover here. Maybe some pitchers. bullpen guys. I'm thinking hard. Chris Davis, no. I feel like there's some obvious ones that I'm probably definitely missing. Say Delman Young, but I know Delman Young didn't play in Cleveland. Let's look at the Cleveland ones. Jose Ramirez. Gosh, man, I'm kind of stumped here. The rules, by the way, and I'm not making this up, with the previous Immaculate grades, if you're down to one square, then that doesn't matter about the timer because it's a buzzer beater type situation, right? Where you've got one left, you've got to make one guess anyways. And the difference is if I had like 2 squares left, I could only make one more guess, you know, if the buzzer goes off. But we got 1 guess left. So let's think about this. Okay. Think about the Cleveland World Series team. Mike Napoli, Lindor, Jose Ramirez, Carlos Santana, Lonnie Chisenhall. Who are the pitchers on that team? Bauer, Corey Kluber, Cody Allen, Jan Gomes is a catcher. Brandon Geyer. Gosh, I don't know. Did Nelson? No, Nelson Cruz never played in Cleveland. Come on, who we got? Cleveland. Gonna have to just throw out a guess here because we don't want to sit here for too much longer. But Cleveland, I'm just really bad with the American League Central. Really bad with the American League Central. That's like the least watched division for me. Orioles. Man, I'm even thinking of Asdrubal Cabrera, maybe. I know he played in Cleveland. I think we got to go with Asdrubal Cabrera. We got to make a guess, man. Asdrubal Cabrera. Yeah, so he didn't. Who's the number 1 answer? Albert Bell? I mean, okay. There's a lot of people available in this category. Let's see some of the more recents, right? Really quick. Players who played for both, and then was sorted by the years. Jesus Aguilar. Jeez. So, yeah, these are just... I guess I could have got a couple of these. Jim Thome, right? Jim Thome I probably should have got. But look at some of these names, man. I mean, Ubaldo Jimenez, Andrew Miller is a good pitcher, but like he was in Baltimore for a minute. Yeah, look. He had 1 game in Baltimore. Dude, come on. I mean, come on. Sean Armstrong, Michael Bourne. Yeah, this is come on. That was a tough one, and I'm really bad with the American League Central, like I said. So 147 of a rarity score, under 150, missing an entire category is pretty darn good. And we went absolutely nuclear there on that bottom row for the Padres. Unfortunately, we didn't complete it. But I guess we could just try to run with the rarity score. Anyways, we'll keep moving on here. Swingle 2. We're going to open this one up as well. My internet's being just egregiously slow today for no reason. Honestly, for no reason. Let's reload this. Let's close this. Let's close this. Let's hope that this loads and shifts over a little bit. I don't know what's going on with my internet. This is crazy. Refresh. Hello. Oh, and we got to go to daily anyways. I don't know what's going on. This is crazy. Okay, well, I guess we're gonna have to fit it into this and close that ad at the bottom. Okay. Well, anyways, it's the 425th daily one for the Swingle grid. I guess we'll start the 5-minute timer and just go into it. All right. It's a little bit off kilter. It's usually a little more over to the left side. Whatever. Let's put these teams in their own categories. So Mountcastle's an Oriole. Cedric Mullins is an Oriole. Chirinos was an Oriole. Kershaw's been only and exclusively a Dodger with Corey Seager and Logan Forsythe. Patrick Corbin, I'm going to go to Arizona. I'm assuming he'll be up there. And then Kyle Loesch, Eddie Rosario. Rosario is going to go down here. Jock is going to go there. So we've got Twins here. Trey Mancini is an Oriole. And Jake Cave is a Twin. Marte could be a Diamondback, and there he is. This is, I don't know what Davis that is, but this middle row has to be the Brewers. Adam Lind, Ryan Braun, Gene Segura. Jorge Polanco is on the Twins. Andrew Tolles was on the Dodgers. Nick Ahmed was on the Diamondbacks. And then, yeah, Kyle Loesch. So I guess that's Franklin Gutierrez, and that's Chris with a K Davis. So we've got the 5 rows figured out pretty quickly. We just need to get the one corresponding. Now, is there a chance that either of these rows have this team, right? We've got like the D-backs. I mean, I suppose we could go Segura. We could go Forsythe. No, it's not going to be the D-backs or Twins. So it's going to be its own whole deal here. So looking at some of these guys and teams, right? You could eliminate them being included in this vertical row, overlapping row, vertical column rather. So Cedric Mullins has only been in the Orioles. It's not going to be him, right? Mountcastle only been on the Orioles. Not going to be him. Could be Mancini. Could be Chirinos. And I'm looking around the rest of these guys. Marte. That's Jake Lamb. I don't think it's him. I don't think it's Nick Ahmed either. So Patrick Corbin. Oh, here we go. You know what? Oh, wait, no, they faced off in the World Series. I was going to say Chirinos was on the Nats, but he wasn't. We've got 13 swaps left. Got a lot of time to work with here. Corey Seager's only been on the Rangers and Dodgers. Kershaw's only been on the Dodgers. Jock, Andrew Tolles, Logan Forsythe. Ugh, man, I don't think I'm going to get this one. I think we just need to start kind of swapping guys around. You know what I mean? Jock. Let's put, oh, what do we get? Okay, so here's what happened, guys. All right, so here's what happened. So this is Corey Seager down here, but the thing with this game with Swingle is that they have overlapping names, and like if there's someone named Jackson, it could be like Austin Jackson and Mike Jack. I don't know. It could be the same guy with the same last name. Over here, this is Corey Seager. We just lit up this column here because this is now Seattle Mariners in the highlighted column with Franklin Gutierrez, Starling Marte, and Kyle Seager, his brother. So that being said, we got to move this guy over, Adam Lind, and then Nelson Cruz, and that's the Seattle Mariners for that final column with a minute to go. But yeah, it's just annoying because in this row here, it's Dodgers Corey Seager, and in this column, it's Mariners Kyle Seager. I think they should try to fix that. Maybe that's part of the game that they like, but I just think it should be the same guy because sometimes it's confusing. I've had it happen numerous times. You could have it kind of like this Davis, right? Where you could have Chris with a K Davis, and then this row could line up with Orioles, and that could all of a sudden be Chris with a C Davis. Like that shouldn't be how it is, right? It is what it is. We got the Swingle done, which is better. We're going to close out the timer here. And last but not least, jump into the batter up gauntlet. Let's head into that. The final piece of the gauntlet. April 1st, April Fools, right? And that swing is Christian Yelich, and that took me 2 seconds. Some of these are getting pretty easy, but yep, Christian Yelich is done. That's a Christian Yelich type hack. You might be saying, Ryan knows ball, we know ball. How do you know that? Look at the hand position, okay? Not many guys hold their hands up in that spot. a little bit hunched over, very slender body figure, right? Skinny. If you've ever watched Christian Yelich, you see him go there and sink into his back leg, okay? Get a decent sized leg kick and then drop that front hip wide open. Maybe a little bit too open in my opinion. And then that low shoulder finish. I mean, that's as Christian Yelich as it gets, right? Look at this. Hands high, sink into the backside, front hip pulls out, stays pretty connected, and then just shoulder high finish. That's Christian Yelich in a nutshell. I mean, that's as easy as it gets. So we got batter up first guess. We got Swingle done. We missed Immaculate Grid by 1 square because we run out of time and didn't want to bore you guys. If I truly was sitting there for 30 minutes, or I mean, maybe less than that, but another 5 or something minutes, a guy would have popped into my head. But that was the hardest category, like in terms of American League East and American League Central. My worst division is American League Central. My AL East is okay, but I'm not great with Cleveland, Detroit, Minnesota, Chicago White Sox, or whatever other team I'm missing in the American League Central, Kansas City. I'm not good with any of those teams. So you'll probably see it as a pattern. Either way, we got through the gauntlet today with a sub 150 rarity score, Swingle done, and first guess batter up. Not bad. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it on today, the start of April 1st, 2024. Not an April Fool's joke for me. This joke, or this video rather, is 100% real. I don't know. I'm not a big April Fool's guy either, so don't dive into that too much. But check us out across social media. @RyanKnowsBall is my handle on Twitter, and we'll catch you guys next time. Peace.